That guy's a born listener. Have you ever heard that? A lot of people think he's a natural. I say, cow cookies. He learned it. Listening is a learned skill, whether through modeling of our parents and teachers or through some sort of mentoring, coaching, or program on listening skills like the one that you're involved with. But listening skills involves what we do as well as what we're not doing. What are the typical errors that plague listening skills? First, faulty focusing skills. We don't focus the environment. We need to set aside what we're doing. Turn and face the person. Turn off the computer. Put the cap on the pen. Convey that right now it's about you and me in conversation. We need to focus our minds on the task of listening. We need to remember, I'm going to pay attention. I can't do two things at once if one of them is listening. And we do pay something when we pay attention. It costs us something. So I need to make a conscious decision to focus my mind on the task of listening. And then, of course, I focus my body and face and eyes on you, the speaker. We all know what those body language of attentive listening skills consist of. But the problem is common sense isn't always common practice. It reminds me of the 6-year-old in first grade. He asks his teachers, Mrs. McGillicuddy, do you like teaching? And the teacher says, why, yes, Johnny. Why do you ask? Johnny says, why don't you tell your face? So let's remember to focus our environment, our mind with the decision to listen, and our body language of attentive listening. The second mistake is we forget to paraphrase. We confuse mere hearing the other person attentively and being silent and not interrupting them with true listening. It's not. I'm not truly listening unless I can demonstrate my understanding. Not just that I understand, but I can prove to you that I understand by paraphrasing in my own words what it is I understand you to be saying to me. It's the Phi sisters, Clara and Vera. I want to clarify and verify the accuracy of my understanding because oftentimes there's an illusion of understanding. We leave a meeting, no one bothers to paraphrase, and we get to the next meeting and the action plans we thought we had weren't really clear. Wait, I thought you said next Friday. No, I meant this Friday. The cost of faulty listening through lack of paraphrasing and checks for understanding are in the billions in corporate America and around the globe. The third common mistake in listening is lacking empathy. I paraphrase what you're saying, perhaps, and I'm accurate at a content level, capturing your thoughts and beliefs and opinions, but perhaps it doesn't really hit the bullseye of that target I'm shooting for of understanding because I'm missing the feeling words. How do you feel about what you're saying? That's pay dirt. You're really upset. I get it. You're really steamed at me and you feel like I let you down. The person says, yeah. The fourth mistake, paraphrasing with the wrong feeling words, I undershoot or overshoot the feelings. You know, every kind of feeling has mild, medium, and hot sauce. Anger. Is the person ticked off, perturbed, bothered? Are they livid? Are they outraged? Or are they in the middle? I'm angry. I'm mad. You know, you come into me and you say, I can't believe George. He came into the customer service unit again. He's talking to my people. He's coaching my people. Who does he think he is? If he has a problem, why doesn't he come to me? And I might paraphrase, oh, you sound a little perturbed. That'll actually break rapport because I undershot the feeling. I also don't want to overshoot the feeling. You're talking to me about a decision you're trying to make between two candidates. Well, I'm trying to figure out which one we should hire for this new job. One has technical expertise, but they're from the outside. He's from the outside and doesn't really understand our company culture. Mary's got the company culture, not quite onto the system that we'd need to use. Well, if I paraphrase and say, you're devastated, you're in the grips of real angst about this devastating decision you're trying to make, you're thinking, whoa, back off, Loretta. Sigmund Freud, you can go home. So I don't want to undershoot or overshoot the feelings when I envelop my paraphrase in a feeling. The fifth typical error in listening is I listen in a way that is laying my own frame of reference on what you're saying. I listen well enough just to get the gist of what you're saying before I can jump off into my own frame of reference, tell my story, or maybe not steal the focus, but I'm coloring and interpreting what you're saying with how I view the situation. Maybe I take a mental vacation. However I do it, I'm not really focused on your frame of reference. In the classic book and movie, To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus Finch says to his daughter Scout, Scout, to really understand another man, you've got to get in his shoes and walk around in them for a day. That's true listening. The last, sixth mistake of listening is it just sounds technique-y. It sounds like you've been to a listening course. It comes off as fake or phony because people use those lead-in stems, those paraphrasing techniques like, oh, what I hear you saying is, oh, sounds like you. I hear you saying, you sound. There's nothing wrong with those. They're like training wheels in riding a bicycle. When we're tadpoles, first learning the skill of riding a bicycle, we need those crutches. But think of an adult riding around a bicycle with training wheels. It's a little stilted and technique-y and looks weird. Frankly, some people listen in a way that announces the presence of a listening skills course. So let's drop those training wheels so you can just respond naturally and just tell the person how we're tracking them, what we're picking up. Winston Churchill once said, courage means being willing to stand up and speak. It also means being willing to sit down and listen. Hopefully, by avoiding some of the listening errors that we've outlined here, will help you to practice courage with effective listening.